I had a buddy in prison who was a really good guy, especially when he was clean and sober, who really struggled with addiction. So he was out there in the world, he had a roommate, he was working 2 jobs, he was doing everything right, and then he relapsed. He was like, man, I'm doing so well, maybe I can actually do some dope this time. There won't be consequences. And then he had to come up with some money. So he'd go run a scam or he'd go do a robbery, and it was never violent, it was always just a note. He'd walk in with a note and he'd walk out with the money. So it was working so well, he decided, man, I went to that bank last week, like, I'm just gonna go back to that bank, slide him the same note, and get some more money. And then it worked twice. So he hit the bank 2 weeks in a row. He got the same amount of money with the same note. He was all set up to go. So he decides, man, this is working so well. I should go back a third week. Well, as you can imagine, the police were like, hey, this sounds crazy, but what if this guy comes back? Sure enough, there was somebody waiting for him when he went into the bank. He slid the note. They went and they grabbed him. And again, he didn't have a weapon or anything, but he got 3 robbery charges out of that. And I think it just really highlights that this is not like a rational decision. It's not an intelligent decision. This is a person in the throes of addiction who's like, man, how am I going to get more dope? What do I have to do? I will do anything. But even so, he was prioritizing not hurting anybody or not actually threatening anybody.